Join me as I take on the challenge of becoming a dungeon master from scratch, and I'll share everything I learn along the way. Being a dungeon master in D&D is an incredible experience. It's a thrill ride of creativity, improvisation, and excitement. You get to craft entire worlds, fill them with vibrant characters, and watch your players make unforgettable memories. It's an incredibly fulfilling experience, and I'm so excited to dive in and explore what it takes to become a great dungeon master. When I first started thinking about becoming a dungeon master, I was intimidated. I had so many questions. How do I prepare for a game? How do I keep my players engaged? What if I make a mistake? It's normal to feel overwhelmed, but with a little practice and patience, anyone can become a great dungeon master. One of the biggest challenges beginners face is feeling unprepared. They worry that they don't know the rules well enough, or that they're not creative enough to come up with a compelling story. It's a fear that's easy to understand, but with a little bit of effort, it's easy to overcome. Another common challenge is managing a game. As the dungeon master, you're not just a storyteller, you're also a referee, a mediator, and a timekeeper. It can be tough to balance all of these roles, but with practice, you'll get the hang of it. And of course, there's the fear of boring your players. You want to make sure they're having fun, but it can be tough to gauge their interest. The key is to communicate with them, ask for feedback, and be willing to adapt. One of the most important things to remember is that your players are your friends. They want you to succeed. They're invested in the game and they want to have fun. So don't be afraid to ask for help or to admit when you're not sure what to do. It's okay to make mistakes. In fact, that's where the best learning happens. As you gain more experience, you'll become more confident in your abilities, and your games will become more compelling and engaging. So what does it take to become a great dungeon master? First and foremost, it takes a willingness to learn. You need to understand the rule books, inside and out. It's not enough to just skim the surface. You need to really dig in and understand the mechanics of the game. But it's not all about rules, it's also about creativity. You need to be able to craft compelling stories, filled with interesting characters, unexpected twists, and turns. And of course, you need to be able to think on your feet. Things won't always go according to plan, and you need to be able to adapt. Communication is key in any game, but especially in Dungeons & Dragons. You need to be able to communicate clearly with your players and make sure they understand what's going on. You need to be willing to listen to their ideas and incorporate them into the game. And you need to be flexible. Things won't always go according to plan, and you need to be able to roll with the punches. The more you practice, the more comfortable you'll become with these skills, and the better dungeon master you'll become. Every great dungeon master started somewhere. They all began with their first game and worked their way up from there. They made mistakes, they learned from them, and they kept going. And that's the most important thing to remember. Becoming a dungeon master is a journey, not a destination. It takes time, effort, and practice, but the payoff is well worth it. So don't be discouraged if your first few games don't go exactly as planned. That's just part of the process. In conclusion, becoming a dungeon master is an incredible journey that requires creativity, patience, and practice. It's not always easy, but it's definitely worth it. With a little bit of effort, you can create unforgettable experiences for your players and make memories that will last a lifetime. If you're thinking about becoming a dungeon master, or if you're already an experienced pro, I'd love to hear from you in the comments. What's been your biggest challenge as a dungeon master, or what's your favorite part of the game? Let me know. And don't forget to check out my next video for more tips and resources.